Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse, mine it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take a few to lose. Built to win, apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome back to CTC. I'm your gracious host, Carl, and I'm back with another episode. Today, we got the Sweet 16, hence the name MT, whatever. Anyway, we got the Sweet 16, but we're only going over today's games. We're only going over the 4 games today. I'll be back tomorrow to go over the 4 games tomorrow. Excuse me, and then Saturday, I'm going over all 4 Elite 8 games. So, boom, that's how we're going to do it. But before we get into that, got my record 107-62. Went 2-0 in the NIT on Tuesday, with both wins being Tulsa, who tried to blow that game. Oh my God. Tulsa up as much as 24, ended up being down at one point, but ended up winning the game. And New Mexico ended up winning by 15 against St. Joseph's. St. Joseph's fought very hard, but in the end, New Mexico in that pit was just too much. Then we went 0-2 on Wednesday. We lost the Auburn game. Auburn finally decided to play like I thought Auburn would when I finally picked against them. And Dayton, man, they lost Javon Bennett to a lower body injury in game. And, I mean, I don't think that's the sole reason why they lost, but it did happen early, too, like super early. I think we're like before the first TV timeout. And the Illinois State Redbirds move on to the Final Four of the NIT. So shout out to them. I picked against them all 3 games, and all 3 games they found a way to win. So shout out to them. But with that being said, appreciate you. We will get into the first 4 of the Sweet 16, which is today's games only. And we start with Texas, the 11th seed. Not a lot of people picked them to be here. They will be taking on the 2 seed Purdue Boilermakers. So Texas are here by way of winning their first round, the round of 68. They beat NC State. Then they beat BYU in the round of 64. And in the round of 32, they beat Gonzaga. Purdue, they beat I can't remember who they beat in the first round. I remember they beat Miami. They beat the Hurricanes in the round of 32. But in the round of 64, I'm blanking on who they beat. Man, it'll come to me. But whatever the case may be, they are here in the Sweet 16. And Texas is led by, again, Dallin Swain, averaging 17.4 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 1.7 steals. Matas Volkaitis, averaging 15.7 points per game, 7.2 rebounds. And Tremont Mark, averaging 13.5 points per game, 3.5 rebounds per game. Now, that X factor, to me, who is questionable for the game, but I think he's a go, is Jordan Pope. Jordan Pope in the tournament is averaging 11 points per game. He had 17 versus Gonzaga. And I think he's going to have a similar output to try to counteract Trey Kaufman, Rain, and Oscar Clough, and maybe even Fletcher Lawyer from 3. I think he needs to have a big game if Texas has a chance of winning this ball game. Now, Purdue, led by Braden Smith, who is the all-time assist leader in college. Braden Smith is averaging 14.3 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 9 assists, and 1.7 steals. And all-time assist leader don't mean like leading assists per game. I mean like all-time. So, because somebody remember, like, Jeremy Fears leads to, I know, Jeremy Fears. Shout out my boy. Peep that. Anyway, Trey Kaufman-Ring, 14.1 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and Fletcher Lawyer averaging 14.1 points per game. Again, same X factors always for Purdue. It's going to be Oscar Clough. 8.5 points per game, 9 rebounds per game in the 2 tournament games that they have played. He's been a big X factor for the last chunk of the end of the season. And I think, again, he's going to have to be big against Texas. Texas struggled with Graham Ike. Graham Ike had like almost 30, I want to say. I want to say like 25, 27, somewhere in that range, anywhere between 25 and 30 points in the loss. And Oscar Clough and Trey Kaufman-Ring couldn't cause problems for Texas. And because of that, because of the bigs causing problems for Texas in the Gonzaga game, is why I'm rolling with Purdue. When the Purdue bigs get going, that causes people to collapse, and that causes guys like CJ Cox, who did get hurt in that game. I'm pretty sure he's good to go today, but he did get hurt and didn't return in the game against Miami. It gives guys like Fletcher Lawyer open shots, and Braden Smith gets to really get to work on the floor. So I think with the Purdue big, getting going, I think that opens up the floor for Purdue to do many more things and become kind of hard to stop. So I'm taking Purdue in this matchup. Next, we have number 9 seed Iowa taking on 4 seed Nebraska. We got a Big Ten matchup in the NCAA tournament. So a Big Ten team is guaranteed to make the Elite 8. This game is 7:30 on TBS on True TV. Nebraska's actually 1.5 point favorites. They split in the regular season, so this is for the tiebreaker. Now, Iowa, led by Bennett Sturts, had a week-long break. Well, not exactly a week. He was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 days, 4-day break. He's averaging 19.7 points per game, 4.5 assists, and 1.5 steals. Tavion Banks averaging 10.6 points per game, 4.7 rebounds, and 1 steal. And Cam Manyao averaging 6.9 points per game, 4.7 rebounds. Now, that X factor is the guy that hit the game-winning 3, Alvaro Figueres. Alvaro Figueres averages 8.5 points per game on 32.7% three-point shooting, but he's averaging 14 points per game in the tournament and 33.3% shooting from the three-point line in the tournament. He's going to have to knock down some shots against a Nebraska team who got a strap, man. They got Price Sanford that can shoot, Brady Frager that can shoot it, Sam Hoiberg, Jamarcus Lawrence. I'm missing a guy, Rink Mask, who can shoot it. So him and Cooper Cox really got to kind of counteract the three-point shooting of Nebraska. Next, for Nebraska, led by Rink Mask, averaging 13.5 points per game, 5.8 rebounds. Price Sanford, 17.9 points per game, 4.9 rebounds, and 1 steal. And Sam Hoiberg, 9.4 points per game, 5.3 rebounds, 4.4 assists, and 2 steals per game. Now, that X factor is Braden Frager. Braden Frager is averaging 14 points per game in the tournament. He scored the game-winning layup to put 15 up against Vandy in the win against Vanderbilt. So, big-time player. He's going to have to step up yet again for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. But I'm going with Nebraska here, man. I think Nebraska, time to make some more history. First time in the Elite 8 with a win here. I think Nebraska is a battle-tested team. And again, they traded blows at home. I think Nebraska is just a better team, however. Now, I know I get it. Every time I say that, for the most part, it comes back and kills me. But I think Nebraska is battle-tested in the tournament. Now, Iowa has the better win. Obviously, Florida is the better win here. But Vanderbilt is not too bad of a win. Vanderbilt beat Florida, both SEC schools. I like this Nebraska team here. If Price Sanford can continuously shoot it like he's been in this tournament, there'll be a problem. I think this is a great game, nice back and forth, but I think ultimately Nebraska comes out on top of this one. So give me Nebraska to win this one. And then next, we have 4 seed Arkansas taking on 1 seed Arizona. This game is 9:45 on CBS. Arizona's 8.5 point favorites. This game is actually 30 minutes after Texas Purdue. So it's slated at 9:45, but whenever Texas Purdue ends, 30 minutes after that, Arizona, Arkansas. Now, Arkansas led by freshman sensation Darius Acuff. Darius Acuff is averaging 23.3 points per game, 6.5 assists. Malik Thomas, 15.6 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, and 1.5 steals. And Trevon Brazell, averaging 13.2 points per game, 7.4 rebounds, 1.5 steals, and 1.7 blocks. Now, normally for Arkansas, I would say the X factor would be Billy Richmond. Today, however, I have Malik Ewing. as my X factor for Arkansas. Malik Ewing, he's going to be big helping against the size, of Arizona, who has 3 bigs in Krivas, Koa Pete, and Toby Awaka to all rotate from. So Malik Ewing is going to be key. Malik Ewing in the tournament, he is averaging 15 points per game and 12 rebounds. So he's definitely stepped up his game in the tournament, and I think he's going to have to step it up another notch to help them beat Arizona. Now, Arizona, they're led by Brandon Burries, 16 points per game, 4.8 rebounds, 1.5 steals. Koa Pete, 13 points per game and 5.5 rebounds. And Jaden Bradley, 13.3 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 4.4 assists, and 1.5 steals. Now, the X factor to me is Toby Awaka. Again, Toby Awaka is that third big coming off the bench, and he's going to be key in providing some bench production against Arkansas. He's averaging 7.5 points per game and 6 rebounds in the tournament. So his bench production for Arizona will be big, in my opinion, to help dominate on the inside, the interior of Arkansas. But my winner, and I know I said I'm not going to fall for Arizona, but I had them losing in this spot in my bracket, but not to Arkansas, to Wisconsin. I got the winner here. I got Arizona over Arkansas. Arkansas has the star power. A-Cup, Malik Thomas, Billy Richmond, all star power. But I think Arizona has the interior, which I think that'll be very big in this game. The interior with Krivas, Cole Pete, Toba Waka. I think that's going to be big. And also, not for nothing, Arkansas's defense is not great. So I think Burries and Bradley have a big night. Yeah, I'm taking Arizona. Arizona's the better defensive team, and they can score with Arkansas. So I'm taking Arizona in this matchup. And the last matchup, which this is a really good matchup as well. It's funny, this is after Iowa, Nebraska. So got Illinois versus Houston. Illinois comes in as a 3 seed. Houston comes in as a 2 seed. This game is 30 minutes after Iowa, Nebraska. So slated at 10:05 between TBS and True TV, whatever one you want to watch from. Houston's favored by 2.5 points. So 2 really good games. Now, Illinois, they're led by another freshman sensation, Keaton Wagler. Keaton Wagler is averaging 17.8 points per game, 4.9 rebounds, and 4.4 assists. David Merkovich averaging 13.6 points per game and 7.9 rebounds. And Andrei Stojakovic averaging 13.5 points per game and 4.5 rebounds. Now, the X factor to me is going to be Colin Boswell, who's averaging 12.5 points per game in the tournament. I think they're going to need him not only in scoring the ball, but they're going to need that extra ball handler against this Houston defense as well. So him being an extra ball handler to take some of the pressure off Keaton Wagler to me is going to be huge. Now, Houston, they're led by Kingston Flemings, another freshman sensation. He's averaging 16.2 points per game, 4 rebounds, 5.2 assists, and 1.6 steals. Emmanuel Sharp averaging 15.4 points per game and 1.2 steals. And Milos Uzan averaging 11.3 points per game, 4 assists, and 1 steal per game. Now, my X factor for them is Christian Ack Jr. going against that size of the Illinois interior. Illinois is one of the taller teams in the country. I see a question. I'm going to answer that in a second. But Christian Ack Jr. is going against that size against Illinois. He's averaging 12 points per game and 13.5 rebounds per game in the tournament. Him in the interior with JoJo Tugler is going to be huge for Houston to win this ball game. Now, shout out my brother. He asked, does Houston have consistent three-point shooters? Man, Houston got one of the best three-point shooters in the country, and Emmanuel Sharp. So definitely does. Him, Kingston Flemings can shoot it a little bit, and Milos Uzan can shoot the 3 balls. So they got one of the best in the country. They got some three-point shooters. And he said Houston tends to have good bigs. I mean, yeah, they had Javier Francis, JoJo Tugler still on the team. Probably some more I'm just blanking on right now, but Houston, they had some. Now, I would say Houston's more so known for their guard player like LJ Cryer, who came from Baylor, Jamal Shedd, the Kingston Flemings now, Emmanuel Sharp, guys like that. But they had some good bigs too. I'm blanking on one big they had. I think it was there the last year before they moved to the Big 12, and I think he also came 1 year into the Big 12. I can't remember his name though, and it's irritating me. But yeah, shout out to you for the question. But ultimately, in my opinion, I'm going with the better coach here in Kelvin Sampson. I'm going with Houston. I'm taking Houston to make the Elite Eight, where they will play the winner of Iowa and Nebraska in the Elite Eight if they win. But I just think Houston's better coach team. I think Houston's the better defensive team. And I just think, look, not too much of a rhyme or reason because Illinois is another great team on that side of the ball game. And Illinois can hit you with a barrage of points. But I just think Houston, a lot of vets on this team who's been here. Sharp was on the team last year. JoJo Tugler was on the team last year. Milos Uzon was on the team last year. And these are not guys that were just on the team last year. These are guys that started and contributed hugely to the team last year. So they got the better coach, in my opinion. They got more experience in this situation. I'm rolling with Houston in this one. I just think Houston gets it done here. They can get to the cup. They play defense really well. And I think Kelvin Sampson will have his guys prepared for Illinois. And with that being said, that's all the games I got for y'all today. Again, I will be going over the Sweet 16 games tomorrow. So the Michigan State-UConn game I'll be going over tomorrow. Michigan plays Bama. We'll be going over that tomorrow. We'll be going over Duke St. John's tomorrow. And I will be going over the last game. What's the last game? Man. I'm blanking on the last game tomorrow. But whatever it is, I'll be going over it tomorrow. I can't remember what it is right now. And that's honestly annoying. But that's all I got for y'all today. So please like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps the channel, it helps the network. Speaking of the network, we have multiple shows on the network. We have the main show, which is actually going live in about 30 minutes, featuring Joe, Tomo, and Dave. So make sure you check them out. Oh, Tennessee, Iowa State. I just looked it up. Tennessee, Iowa State. Can't believe I forgot about Iowa State. That should be a good one. Joshua Jefferson, game time decision. But we got the main show going on in about the next 35 minutes. Don't know what they're talking about, but make sure you tune in. We got Unfazed. Don't know if they're going live today. Don't know the next time they're going live, but make sure you subscribe so you can know when the next time they're going live. We got BWT, Baseball with Teddy. The Yankees won their season opener. I said on my show, I got the Yankees. They won 7-0. Shout out Teddy for that. My Tigers up 8-2. My Tigers are the reason why I was a little late, man. I was watching school ball. He went 6 innings, gave up 1 run, fluky run. 6 strikeouts against the Padres, which is spectacular. He dominated the Padres, man. They decided not to let him go 7. He could have went 7. Barely had 70 pitches, but they pulled him. It is what it is. 74 pitches, excuse me. So it is what it is, man. But we're up 8-2, bottom of the 8th. Better not blow it. Better not take away from the school ball master class. But make sure you check out Teddy for whenever he going live next. Baseball season has started. We got FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs, which fantasy football season obviously over. UFL starts, what's today? It's 26th. UFL starts Saturday night. But make sure you check out him when he drops content. Obviously, the draft is within a month. Pro days have started. Free agency is kind of winding down, so just be on the lookout for that. Next, we have RBO, Real Ballers Only, NBA show. My Pistons, man. Jalen Duren missed the putback at the buzzer against the Hawks. Make sure you tune in, though, the RBO, Real Ballers Only NBA show featuring Vaughn. We got Dave's Doghouse, highlights and lowlights of sport. If we lose them all, Dave, don't put us in the doghouse. I mean, it is what it is. Battle of 2 great head coaches. But next, we have In the Red Corner, boxing show featuring Ty, Ricky, and Tomo. Not every Sunday, excuse me. They don't go live every Sunday, but when they do go live, it is on Sundays, and it's around 6:30. So for all your boxing needs, check out In the Red Corner. And last but not least, we have the newest show, Zero Sports Talk with Griffey, which doesn't go live. He drops episodes, so make sure you check him out for those. And that's all the shows we got on the network. So please like, comment, share, subscribe. Well, actually, technically, AJ goes live on his channel. Shout out my boy AJ on Timeout, Full Timeout. He drops a show about the Eagles. So if you're an Eagles fan, check out AJ. But that's all the shows we have on the network. So please like, comment, share, subscribe to those shows as well. And if you like what you're listening to, stick with us. And before I leave y'all, Tomo wants to remind y'all that Kevin Willer is such a great man for how we did the University of Maryland. And appreciate you, my guy. He says great show. But that being said, that's all I got for y'all today. I will be back tomorrow. The Tigers, do we play tomorrow? It don't matter. If we do play tomorrow, we play at 9:40. So won't be in the way of me coming back late. But until then, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, And also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.